students, myself Ms. Rachna Jain, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government PG College, Rajgarh, Alwar. In this video lecture, I will give you a detailed summary of the play Tughlaq, written by Girish Karnad, a famous dramatist of Kannada. This is my second video lecture on this play Tughlaq. This play is in the syllabus of BA Part 3rd English Literature, Paper 1st, Unit 2nd. Tughlaq is a 1964 Indian Kannada language play written by Girish Karnad. The 13-scene play is set during the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, focusing on the 14th century Turco-Indian ruler. Is both a historical play as well as a commentary on the contemporary politics of the 1960s. In the play, the protagonist Tughlaq is portrayed as having great ideas and a grand vision, but his reign was an abject failure. He started his rule with great ideals of a unified India, but he degenerated into anarchy and his kingdom. As the play opens, the reader is introduced to the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, a Muslim sultan or emperor. Tughlaq declares that he is shifting his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. Daulatabad is in South India and at a long distance from Delhi. He has two purposes behind this decision. First, it will help him to rule over southern part of India effectively and increase fraternity and unity among Hindus and Muslims, as Daulatabad is a Hindu majority city. Second, it will help him saving his capital against the attacks of Mongols from the north. A man named Aziz appears in the court. In fact, Aziz has changed his identity from a Muslim to Hindu with a definite purpose. Tughlaq is well known for his secularism. Despite being a Muslim sultan, Tughlaq shows a great heart towards the Hindus. He desires himself to be seen as an idealist who wants a unity between Hindus and Muslims. In order to win hearts of Hindus, he favors Hindus more in his decisions and policies. So Aziz takes the name as Vishnu Prasad, a Hindu Brahmin. He has filed a case against the Sultan Tughlaq for acquiring his land unfairly. He is given a handsome amount on the name of land acquisition. Later in his court, he invites the public to get settled in Daulatabad. He doesn't force the public but leave on them at their own will whether to move or to remain there. Aziz with his friend Azam plans to cheat people and get money on the way to Daulatabad. The scene then shifts as now Tughlaq is playing chess in his private chamber. His stepmother appears. She is quite concerned about his ascetic approach in his administration. It is also revealed that Tughlaq had murdered his father and brother in the past to get to the throne. She scolds him for his negligence towards the uprising led by Inun Mulk, an old friend to Tughlaq. Inun Mulk has now turned into an enemy. He is marching with his 30,000 soldiers to attack his state. On the other hand, Tughlaq has only 6,000 soldiers. If the battle takes place, his defeat is quite certain. So his stepmother asks Ziauddin Barani, a historian of that time, to keep Tughlaq away from the company of foolish advisors and counselors. Sheikh Imamuddin, another notable character, appears on the stage. He doesn't like the Sultan at all. In fact, he incites the people against Tughlaq for his eccentric decisions. Tughlaq himself is well aware of the fact that Sheikh has ill desires against him. Tughlaq calls him and asks him to visit Ayunun Mulk with a proposal for peace. Sheikh is asked to be dressed as a royal person and is sent on an elephant. Tughlaq has done with an intention. Later news comes that Sheikh Imamuddin is murdered. He was mistaken for Tughlaq by the enemies for his royal dress and riding on elephant. Ratan Singh reveals that it was Tughlaq's plot. The incident comes as a first instance of the dark side of his character. Ratan Singh, Amirs, and Sayyids are planning to murder the Sultan as there is no other way left for them to stop his foolish acts. They argue about Daulatabad city and its Hindu majority population. They persuade Shihabuddin to join them, but he doesn't made up his mind yet. They plan to murder him during his prayer. Later this plan is revealed. They all are caught and beget death sentence. Tughlaq orders for their dead bodies to be hanged in public. He takes another ridiculous decision to have currency minted on copper and brass metal. Adding more to his foolishness, he declares that all the coins will have an equal value no matter whether the coin is made of gold, silver, copper, or brass. He also announces a ban on prayers. Even people now start turning him as a foolish sultan. Now Tughlaq wants to shift there as early as possible. On the way, many people die of hunger, diseases, and for other reasons. Aziz appears with his friend Azam and tells him how to make other fools and extract money from them. Now the scene shifts to Daulatabad. It is reported that Nazib, a confidant and advisor of Tughlaq, is murdered. His stepmother comes and scolds him that economy of the state is collapsing as the people have minted so much fake currency on copper and brass. They have exchanged it for gold and silver coins. So his foolish decision is to be held accountable for this crisis. But Tughlaq is frustrated by Nazib's murder. So many people whom he ever suspects are executed. Finally, it is revealed that Nazib was poisoned by Tughlaq's stepmother. When Tughlaq comes to know about this, he orders to arrest her. She is punished by pelting stones on her until she dies. All such decisions are presented as the severe frustration of his mind. It is announced to the public that when Ghiyasuddin arrives, the ban on the prayers will be lifted. But the people are no way interested in it as they are dying of hunger. The life of common man is devastated, but Tughlaq is preparing for Ghiyasuddin's welcome. Aziz appears and murders Ghiyasuddin. Now Aziz disguises himself as Ghiyasuddin and with the motive to fudge the Sultan. Aziz manages to deceive Sultan with his new identity. Later, Azam is murdered and somehow his true identity is revealed to Tughlaq. Now Aziz tells him everything whatever he had done in past to cheat him. The revelation of these facts really impressed Tughlaq. He appoints him on a powerful position in his court. Having taken this decision, Tughlaq goes to sleep. When he wakes up, he realizes himself as he has gone mad. Thus, the play ends. So, the students, I have told you the complete story and summary of the play Tughlaq. Now, thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.